We up early in your ear hole. We back at you again, young elder guy with a banger. We're gonna give them time to get in here. Rob by if you already in the building. Hit that like, hit that subscribe button. They don't be dropping my notifications, man. You know what I'm saying? What's going on? Hey, Rob by if you in the building, man. They ain't dropping the lows, man. We non-stop back at you. We took yesterday off because it was they had a party for Haru. Where they was outside playing around in the water and stuff. So we took yesterday off to make sure everybody was straight because we square business. You did. We square business. We take care of our kids. We make sure we you got a kids, you gotta have they gotta do things, go swimming, jump around, run around. Cause these kids they sitting up in the house too much. Right? But this tape is why every religion say Amun or Amen using the ancient Egyptian god at the end of their prayers. And then they turn around and diss us ancient Egyptians. Let me get the chat pulled up. Then we're gonna get rocking, man. We live, we lit. Hold up. So let me get that chat loaded up, man. So we can see what's cracking here. Yeah, we back at you again. Young elder guy. We live. We usually do the black screen because I gotta sit up here and hold the phone. If I gotta sit up here and hold this phone with the camera on. So y'all be looking at the ceiling. You know what I mean? Baby, Rob out everybody in the building. Why they using the ancient Egyptian god and then they're gonna turn around and diss us? Say that they don't like us, say that we idol worshippers and all this other crap that they made up. They say, no, that don't mean the god Amen of ancient Egypt. That means that like his will be done, or it is like the end of my prayers, or nigga shut up, nigga. The name Amen, the god Amen existed before you came up with that prayer. People need to do more research, man. Religious guys need to do more research, find out that the God you're talking about is an ancient Egyptian God. And every time, if you really read the Bible, if you really read the Old Testament and the New Testament, you'll see that they always went to ancient Egypt to get saved. When the 12 tribes of Israel got in trouble, they went to ancient Kemet. When Abraham got in trouble, he was in ancient Kemet. With Moses, he was in ancient Kemet. Why all these people, if they hate us so bad, in ancient Kemet? Jesus, when Jesus was born, they came to hide him amongst us from Herod, from their own people. This nigga own people was after him, but he had to come to ancient Kemet to hide out. What's that tell you, man? You got to read your book, man. What's that tell you? Every time you got to come to ancient Kemet to get saved, because it's where the source, where Tahuti laid the groundwork for the mental construct of the planet. When we relocated from Atlantis, we went to ancient Kemet and set up a school there. So the school of thought is coming from ancient Kemet. All the stuff that you see, even how America set up and how America is being ran, is based on ancient Kemet. With the technology and everything, we had the same systems back in ancient Kemet. But every time, what's going on, Hakeem? It's got Hakeem in the building, bro. So I got some folks here alchemy going on in the background. Yeah, but and they came to ancient Kemet to study. When they got their 10 commandments from their God, we already had the 42 laws of mind in ancient Kemet. And then they took and wrote, they God took and gave Moses 10 of them commandments. And that's how they laid their groundwork on their morals. The Bible went for us. We already had a moral construct. The speculative side of masonry wasn't for us. We already had constructs. We already was square. We already was square business. You know what I'm saying? We already was 90 degrees. We already was 90 degrees in our knowledge. We was 720 degrees in our knowledge. So we already had that 90. You know what I'm saying? Degrees of knowledge. We was already square business, standing up, walking, talking to you like a real man. We was already having crafts going on, blacksmith, chemistry, biology, science and medicine. We was already having all this going on. We was already square business in ancient Kemet as the ancient Egyptian. And a lot of people don't like the word ancient Egyptian because the word ancient Egyptian means burnt face. Really, it's really it really was a term like nigga, or these derogatory terms that people call people. It was a derogatory term towards the Hyksos people who came into our land. It was a derogatory term. Hold on, let me make sure. Yeah, hey, you want to show some love? Hit that like, hit that subscribe button. We're gonna put the donate Cash App in the links. Hold up, let me put them Cash App in the links. Hey, shout out the brother Love for the donation, man. Appreciate that, brother. Let me put that and you can PayPal me if you want to PayPal me at the Young Elder. Yeah, see, I gotta hold. The only reason I've been showing my face because I gotta hold this damn phone like this, right? Just to talk. But we up early. Okay, I got that in the link. So I got the Cash App in the links. Yeah, so we didn't need the Bible. The Bible was put together for people who were in square business. People who we started the square business, right? I could take you back and show you different people. We already had the apron. We was already laying stone. That's really what it's about. And the traveling part, because you see, I got my shirt. I am a traveler, right? The traveling part is dealing with reading the stars. It's dealing with astronomy. It's dealing with knowing. Because I keep on hearing people say the world is flat, but that's cool. You can say that from your perspective, but you're looking at it from they looking at it from a certain angle. They might not be bird beings like we are. See, I'm a hawk. That's my native, hawk. Different people got animal spirits. It's our people out here that got animal spirits. That's why we knew this in ancient Kemet, and that's why different people had different zoo types. The different gods got different zoo types because it's dealing with a certain type of nature and instincts that this being have. We had it in our tribes, and the Native Americans over here, which was us too, which was the ancient Egyptians too. When you trace the bloodline back, because we got the last name tape coming out. We're gonna hit you with the last name tape here coming up. We're getting everything laced out, so you're getting all the names because we got so many last names. We got over 500 last names in my on my paperwork, right? That I'm putting together and connecting them to a different tribe what they geographical locations, they family seals, because a lot of these families got family seals. If you look up your last name, it'll pull up a family seal, right? So that's part of it, right? But we were square business in ancient Kemet. And you got people that don't do no research, and they still using the name of Amun at the end of their prayers, and they don't know that all this shit go back to ancient Kemet. All the religions is coming from ancient Kemet. We already told you, because it's dealing with like the astronomy part, or the star part, or is dealing with the Dogons being taught by these beings who came from Cyrus, called the Nomos beings. They taught them about these stars and how the stars move, right? They taught them about the 3 stars in Orion's belt, lining up with Cyrus, lining up with our sun. So it's all astronomy that they're Dogons, and the Dogons are ancient Egyptians. The Dogons are ancient Egyptians. This story, over time, it became people. Like the sun became a person, Jesus. The 3 stars in the Orion's belt became the 3 wise men. You know, and the star that they was following in the east was Cyrus, right? So all this is dealing with what the Nomos taught the ancient Egyptians, and then we turned it into to teach the kids. It's a children's science. It's really a children's science of how to read the stars. We turned that into Haru. We turned that into Ra, the sun. Different names in different phases depending on who was in power. We turned all this into people. About the story that the Nomos taught the Dogons, this story over a certain amount of thousands of years, kind of to people, and then so we could educate the children. It was like a children's science. Like it's a lot of things when you're teaching kids, you make these characters to give the kids the idea of the story, and then now some of those stories are being real. They are real live people stories that these people actually believe that's real stories, but it's really stories about how the stars move. That's the real truth. And then they take this and the god Amun, and then they put a capstone on there at the end of their prayers, right? Using the god Amun Ray. And then they turn around and they dissing us all around. You step up to some Hebrews on a corner with their mic screaming loud, right? Shout out to my Hebrew brothers, ISUBK. I like them brothers, but they on the mic over talking people, and then you tell them if you really sit down with them and dissect their book the whole time, they dissing Egypt, but we say it wouldn't be no damn Hebrews if it weren't for us, the ancient Kemet, because we could have let y'all starve. You gonna tell me some story about Joseph telling the Pharaoh his dreams and all this shit? Man, come on with it. We was already sacking up an ancient Kemet. Why? Because we knew about different the wilderness things. We were alchemists. We knew these things. And these people come into ancient Kemet and they learn how to make wine and beer, right? We was brewing beer. I could pull up the pictures and show you on the wall. We was making beer. We was using grapes. We was using different fruits and berries to make wine. We was already making wine, and we was distilling alcohol and liquor, right? So we was using pots to do this. Because my dad he know how to make it, right? They do it in jail. They call it hooch, right? Where you ferment the fruits with the sugar and the rice or yeast, whatever type of it's all alchemy. It's alchemy, right? So you're mixing all these chemicals together from household foods and then making a wine out of it. And so it was doing this. So Jesus learned this in ancient Kemet. And then when they had a wedding, he turned water into wine. These people were slow. The people that was there, they was like primitive people. They ain't never seen nothing like it. We've been doing it in ancient Kemet. But when Jesus came to ancient Kemet, he learned how to make wine. He learned how to make hooch, and he made some hooch at a wedding. And they said he did a magic trick. It turned into magic. Science is they turn science into magic. And the reason why they call it magic is because they're drawn in. It's magnetism. It's amazing them. They want to learn. They want to learn how did he do it, right? But we taught this in ancient Kemet, making beer, making wine. The Pharaoh been drinking wine. You know what I'm saying? We were chemists. We were ancient chemists. And then so that's another thing. So all the knowledge, even the knowledge of how they made electricity, that's coming from ancient Kemet. The sewer system that you got right now, where you able to go into your bathroom and drop a deuce, and it flush it down the toilet. The ancient Kemet, we came up with it first. In Rome, there was they was copying off of us, trying to get some of our stuff, but they still wasn't on point without a square business without coming to us. They were wiping their ass with a rag, and they'll take a rag and wrap it around a stick and stick it in the bucket. And got 20,000 people wiping their behind with that same rag and stick, man. This type of stuff they were doing it in a bucket, pot. That's where they come up with the term, not a pot to pee in, the one to throw it out of. This is in England before the Moors came into England and cleaned them up, because they was going. This right here called the Dark Renaissance age, when they fell off. We always save them. Every time they go about to go extinct, we always save them, because we're kind and we're generous. You know what I'm saying? We're kind and generous, God. Right? We're merciful. So we just saying we don't let nobody just fade out without helping them. So every time they about to go extinct, millions of them will die at that time from disease. But we as alchemists, we come in, we always say today and heal the people, right? And we're gonna just keep doing it because it's in our DNA to be nice. So we always get got to be but we didn't need your Bible. We was already square business. All those stories are nothing but, especially the New Testament, that's dealing with the Dogons taught. I mean, what the Nomos taught the ancient Egyptians. It's Nomos teachings. That's why Christianity wears a fish hat. The Pope and Christianity goes first. Christianity is really is ancient. It's ancient Ethiopian Christianity is the oldest Christianity, going all the way back to ancient Kemet, because the Dogon, those Egyptians, the original Ethiopians, really are Dogons who came in and mixed. That's why we're going to do another tape today. It's another tape they're gonna drop probably like sometime around 3 o'clock, maybe earlier. Where we're gonna talk about the tribe of Shabbat, because I hear people out here. There's a couple of tapes we're gonna do to clear up some stuff, because the master teacher already put a lot of stuff out, and a lot of cats don't want to admit that they got it from us, right? They got it from our master teacher. They don't want to say that they got it from Malachi, right? But we're hearing a lot of stuff that we've been put out years ago, 20 years ago, and hearing people starting to talk about it, saying, "Oh, this is real. This is it. This is it." And we already said it. Baba already said it. Maybe even longer than that. He might have said some of the shit that they're talking about in 1970. So they 50 years. Baba was light years ahead. The sons of Malachi are light years ahead. Stuff that we say it happened is coming out years later. Like that, like it's a lot of stuff that we put out 3 years ago, maybe even 4 years ago. And now some of that stuff is coming out and they saying, "Oh yeah, well, we discovered these beings and they look like this and they look like that." And if you go back to the Young Elders channel and you go down to like the first galactic classes we were putting out, and all the tapes on the field trip to the planets, now they starting to talk about this different life forms. Like they got like on one planet they got a catfish looking creature that flies in the space. We already talked about this. That flies in the air, like because they planet the air on a planet, the air, because like you right now, we in a fish tank, really. We are really water beings here too, water beings, right? Because we made up a certain percentage of water. Your body is made up of a certain percentage of water. So what really is your DNA? What your DNA is really water. Your 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 diet should be mostly water. I'm drinking a whole gallon of water today. Got it already in the sitting up in there now. Drinking a gallon of natural spring water today, before the day out. Whole gallon. So yeah, our DNA is really water. Most our body, our chemistry is mostly dealing with water. So water can heal a lot of your sickness. Water can rejuvenate your. We're talking about the nervous system this week. Water can advance your nerve system. So that's what the plot was, to pollute the water. The water is part of us ascending. It's part of our DNA speeding up, having that water in your system. That's why they got so many different types of drinks out here for you to pick from other than water. They got about 200 different types of soda, 200 different types of juice, 200. They got all kind of different flavors to try to hypnotize your taste buds so they can get you off the water. That's the water is the most important thing on the planet. It's next to the sun, right? You get the sun, it's the most important. Then you got the water, because the water comes from the sun. The hydrogen slowing down, hurling off into negative 270 degrees. And then it goes on to the planet, and then because oxygen come from hydrogen slowing down. And then once hydrogen slow down, you got helium, and it slows down all the way down to gold. So hydrogen is the hydrogen being slowed down to a certain frequency generates gold coming from the sun. So all the elements are coming from the sun. But water can rejuvenate your whole system. And that's why they was intending on polluting the water, because that water has more than I got a book on it, man, called The Language of Water. I'm gonna have to get that book from over there. And it's a sister named Dr. Mona Harris, who went in on the importance of water and how water stores information, because it's water is, if you look at it under a microscope, looks like look like little crystals. Yeah, so water is a form, it's a liquid crystal form that we bring into our body, and it helps your immune system, all your body, it flushes out your body, and your brain. Your brain sits in a bucket of water that needs to be changed out every 3 or 4 hours. So if you're constantly drinking soda or sodium drinks, you're affecting your kidneys and you're affecting your brain, because your brain has to be sitting in a clean bucket of water. And that's how the electricity really flow in your brain, through the water. Water is one of the best conductors of electricity, and the body works off electricity. So that's why there's a 78-80% of your body being made of water is conducive with you drinking a lot of water. I'm telling you, a lot of people die. One of like the third top 5 ways of people die is because of dehydration. One of the top 5 ways people die because of dehydration. So you gotta understand that. Try to get this phone because I'm tired of holding it. I ain't Hold on, let me get this phone where I can stand up, sit up. Just sit it right there, baby. I get it. All right, there we go. Yeah, so one of the best ways, man, I can't get on it. One of the best ways to get this going, man, what we doing, we're talking about the arming thing, so I don't want to get sidetracked. But yeah, they copying us, man. They taking our shit, and they talking and calling us, saying we the bad guys. When the very religion that they talking about, we taught it to them. We taught it to them as a children's science, and they took that and they ran with it. And now I'm getting people saying, when I say Amen, right? And Amen is under those same people. Amen was one of the good ones though, amongst these goals who came to turn the humans here into hosts. You know, but we can get into that later. But we just saying, we as ancient Egyptians, because I'm gonna go old, right? I'm gonna go old. I'm actually a hybrid go old, because my parents made it with their avatars, and being so I'm an avatar. I'm one of the last airbenders. It's a couple more airbenders out here, but I'm one of the last airbenders. But I'm learning all of the elements, right? I'm learning all the elements. Go watch, if you want to learn about me, go watch the movie, the cartoon series Avatar, and you'll see. Just look at the stuff that we teaching, and then look at Avatar. When we're talking about the chakras, right? We were the ones that really going in on them, right? And one of the chakras most people got to get past is the sacred chakra. It's the chakra where you feel guilt. That guilt is gonna hold you back. That desire is gonna hold you back, right? Because we talking about, are we under hypnosis? Are we under hypnosis? Do you do what you do because you seen it on TV or you heard it through some music, right? They know how to hypnotize people. They play this shit over and over again. They play these TV shows over and over again. They play these TV shows over and over again. So you can, like, it's like, I'm gonna tell you, some stuff come on the radio, you hear it for the first time, you say, man, I don't really like that song. Once they play that shit 10,000 times, I bet you like it after that. That's a form of hypnosis. They repeatedly show us stuff over and over again so that will make us like it. It's a form of hypnosis. We're doing a tape on that, man. It's called Are You Hypnotized? That might drop tomorrow. But we're talking about religion using Amen, and then they diss. Muslims use it at the end of their prayers. I mean, same thing. Oh, that's different. Oh, that's the same. Man, stop playing. Because that's the confusion too. A lot of these people out here arguing with each other, and they all really believe the same thing. They just, the language is where the confusion come in at. We did this because, actually I did this a long time ago because of the humans. We didn't Enlil didn't want them to get more advanced so that they wouldn't need him no more. So he had to come down and he sent Tammuz down to confuse them, right? Because he didn't want them to get too advanced. They would begin becoming advanced and start to build technology that would make them be on the same level with Enlil. So he didn't want that to happen. So sent Tammuz down, made him be the bad guy to confuse these people's tongue in ancient, going back to ancient Babylon in the Old Testament, right? And so ever since then, that's what created the different religions. See, it would have been one religion if it weren't for that. See, that was a mistake on Enlil's part, because now that's created more gods for him to go against, right? When he confused the language, now you got Allah and Eli, which they saying is a different people, but it's really the same God. Really going back, it's really the same God going back to Tammuz and Enlil now. So you got the Muslims saying Allah, then you got the Hebrew saying Eli, which is same damn root, come from the same root language. Or they saying Shalom, Assalamu alaikum, Assalamu alaikum, right? They saying these different terms, and they all just mean coming from the same thing, same language. So the confusion in the religion, I'm gonna tell you, we can shut down the whole religious community and make them come together. All we got to do is teach them the language, teach them Syriac, Arabic, and Hebrew, and teach them the correlation between the language. Once we reverse that spell of confusing the tongues, there won't be no more argument between religions. Y'all got the same prophets. Abraham is in Hebrewism, he's in Christianity and Islam. So y'all all got the same teachings. So why is Christianity and Islam and Judaism separate when it all come from the same root? You know? Yeah, but yeah, that's what's going on, man. So and then they all saying amen at the end of their prayers as well. So it seems like their root is ancient Kemet. We're gonna have another tape called Stolen from Ancient Kemet coming out probably this week, right? And we're gonna show you the correlation between all the religions and the shit that's in Ancient Kemet. As far as Islam, the washing your hands, we had personal hygiene. Hygiene means you're dealing with the higher gene. We as Nubians, we got the higher gene. We got the higher gene as Nubians. So we was already washing our hands before we eat. We was already washing our feet. We was already taking baths and putting fragrances on so we could smell good and look good. We was looking good in Ancient Kemet. Don't let them fool you. Don't fool yourself. We was fresh when we stepped out in Ancient Kemet. Right? We had the colors, we had the silks, we had the different materials that will fly, fashion. Egypt was the fashion spot that you went to when you went to get your fashion on. You know, our women, Cleopatra, it's a whole bunch, it's a long list of beautiful women because the pharaohs always went for the pretty women. And so it's a long list of beautiful women in Ancient Kemet. From Nefertiti's, you know. But we're gonna do a tape showing the whole construct of them copying Islam, Hebrewism. We taught the Hyksos a little bit. We only gave them 2 degrees, where we gave them fellow craftsmen. That's the highest they made it. That's why they concocted this story. If you for all my Masonic brothers out there that been through the degrees, they that's why they copied that story of the part where the builder get hit in the head and he die, and then they try to bury him in a shallow grave, and the master with the strong grip had to come get him up. See, these Hyksos was trying to get past fellow craftsmen. They were trying to get the master's password, right? And we wouldn't give it to them because we was trying to square them off, and they hadn't made it up to that point yet. So we was trying to square them off, and they was trying to get the master's password, and they didn't get it, so they killed the guy. They killed the guy, but he wasn't. See that, and they try to play it like in they thing that the password was lost, and then they made up another password to give these Masons, right? But so Kete Ray Toll, who was the real builder that got hit in the head, he wasn't the only master, right? It was many masters. Imhotep was a master. It was many masters, Masons. His son were masters, builders. So, and we had more architects, right? Because we was training these people. So how is Hiero McBeth the one that had the password when we was training people on this shit in Ancient Kemet? We trained Masons in Ancient Kemet, right? We trained builders. We trained bricklaying in Ancient Kemet. So if he wasn't the last master and he wasn't the last one that had the certain password, so what is their password that y'all made up a password? And then so what is, I ain't gonna say it because I like you guys, I like you guys. So I'm gonna certain things. I'm just let people figure out on their own. But that password, uh, it's not the right password. But so they brought that shit back. Albert Pike and them, they brought that shit back over to the West, and they giving you, like we've been telling you, slave rituals of how we drove these people out of ancient Kemet for their mischief and bloodshed and making up shit like they could, like the ruler said that he could hear a whole bunch of hippos in a pond screaming and howling at night, and he's keeping them up all night from 700 miles away. Now, come on, nigga, stop playing. The Hyksos ruler said he heard hippos screaming and shouting from 700 miles away, right? So he was mad and wanted to attack us, the Twa man, because Amun them, they were Twa man. And keep in mind, there was another group called the Afar people who were a part of the Egyptian. Because remember, I told you the ancient Egyptian term can be used loosely, like American. It was different people that can be classified as ancient Egyptians back then. The people that lived in that land. So the Twa man was one of them, and then the Afar people, the same people that Nipsey Hussle was from, which is a particular species of Ethiopians and ancient Egyptians, because all that land is the same. Sudan, all that land is the same. It's Upper and Lower Egypt. These people can be classified as ancient Egyptians. So the Afar people, they protected those Twa man. And so when Papus, who was the ruler of the Hyksos, said that he heard those hippos, so he sent people try to attack him, but they couldn't get around that hippo pond. He wanted them to move their hippo pond so he can attack them, because they couldn't invade at night because of all them hippos. That's why hippo, it ties into the Big Mama thing with Rod Haynes, what he's saying, the Dendroria calendar with a hippopotamus and with the alligators over, it's dealing with that, right? The hippopotamus is one of the protectors of ancient Kemet, right? But he said he could hear hippos screaming from a mile away. So that's a reason for him to want to take our land, right? And come down and take over, which was Upper Egypt, because it'd be lower upper, right? Egypt. And so he sent 3 ruffians to attack one of our builders so he could get a password from them, which they never got. And they brought that back over here, and they got you thinking you got some real deal shit, man. We never taught them past. Y'all don't got more than 2 degrees over here. Everything got to 2 degrees. You don't got it. It's honorary studies all the way up to 33, which as far as they could go, and they walking around like a dog. And you walking up to kiss my shoes, just like it said in Revelations chapter 3, verse 9 and 2 and 9. And it says, I know these people that say they are the real Jews, meaning the Jews, like the diamonds, the emeralds, but they are not. They are the synagogue of Satan. And it says in one part, we're going to make them come and kiss your feet. So they already kissing our feet at 33 degrees. Because a man standing at 90, a man standing up and holding the square and looking you eye to eye, face to face. It has Moses talk to God face to face. So a God standing at 90 degrees, and if you want, you can't look at God face to face if you're 33 degrees. You can't look at God face to face. Because if you want to talk to God face to face, you got to come up at the 90. You know what I'm saying? A lot of this shit, if you ain't Freemasonry, you probably don't catch it. Some people will. Yeah, but this whole shit on the West Coast, I mean the East, yeah, on the Western Hemisphere is dealing with worshiping of ancient Kemet, worshiping of the god Amun. They really going back and studying our shit in ancient Kemet. on the God Amun. Most of your pastors over here, some of them Masons, you know, some of them 32nd degrees, which you froze. At least at 33 degrees, you can walk around a little. You thawed out, and then you can walk around like a dog on all four and eat raw meat. But it takes a man with a strong grip. The lion's paw to lift him up back to 90-degree angle. So that's what we're doing. We taking our people and we putting them back. We ain't giving them that beast mentality. That's why the planet is where it is now, because we're being controlled by 33-degree Freemasons, who really like a certain level on the pyramid. They're taking orders, but they are the ones that's doing the work. They are the worker bees. These 33-degree Freemasons are the brain power, and the worker bees who dictating what's going down at the bottom of to the masses. So being that they beast, they now walking down like a beast. That's why the beast mentality is what's being promoted. The beast's mentality is being promoted. The dog, hey, that's not good, brother. Hakeem, man, what's going on, bro? Yeah, so that's why the beast's mentality is being promoted, because it's being controlled and dictated by 33-degree Freemasons who walk around as like a dog. So the dog eat dog mentality is why it's like this. But now it's time for real man to stand up, real square business guys who at 90 degrees and really at 720, really, because we a cube. We came into a cube now. We're looking at this from a higher dimension. So we square business, and we didn't need the Bible. You needed the Bible to square you off. That's why the Bible is square. You needed the Bible to create morals for you. We already had morals in ancient Kemet. So that's why they say they the people of that Bible. They say they the Jews because it's their shit. We gave it to them. People saying that, oh, yes, our Bible. No, nigga, that ain't our Bible. We got shit that predate the Bible, like the ancient Egyptian Book of the Dead, like several other tablets, the Emerald tablets. We got shit that predate the Sumerian tablets. All your stories, your Bible stories, is just watered down versions of that shit, of those books I just called out, right? And so we Nubians are arguing with each other over the Bible, and that's not even your book. That's these niggas. We gave them that book to square them off, to make sure they wasn't walking around at 33 degrees. That Bible really supposed to try to raise them up to 90, because at 33 degrees is a dog, and you don't got nothing past 2 degrees. Everything else is honorary studies that you made up off top of your head. Was barbaric rituals, barbaric and homophobic. This is the word that I say. Homophobic rituals. One of them like rolling butt naked in the mud with your buddy, type of thing. You know, y'all doing all this crazy shit. That wasn't part of us. Slitting people throat and shit. We didn't do none of that. Your penalties are barbaric in nature. They're beast in nature. That should tell you this ain't our shit. This ain't the craft for Amun Ra. See, the craft for Amun Ra is why they saying Amen at the end of their prayers, my nigga. The craft for Amun Ra, we ain't doing them barbaric rituals. And you can never be part of a craft for Amun Ra. You know why? Because you don't come from the real Grand Lodge, which is the Nubian mother's womb. The Nubian mother's womb is the real Grand Lodge. So you got to have this tone, that copper tone, just to even be part of the craft for Amun Ra. So what did you do? We gave you some of the craft, and now it's turned into speculative masonry And it's really the storylines that you go through with the rituals. It's the storyline of you getting kicked out of ancient Kemet. Then now you got black brothers like the Prince of Hals, who and the John G. Jones and other lodges that are considered as black lodges. You teach these beings the same, you pass the same rituals down to them, and you look at them like they're crazy because they doing these rituals and they don't know. That's why they don't respect Prince. That's why the white man don't respect black masonry, because he know you going on through these his rituals, the Hyksos rituals. He know you going through you his slave. You become his slave once you join those organizations that put through those rituals. Hold up. What you got, Hakeem? What's the deal, brother? Yeah, so they know that you don't know your real history. And then a lot of the Masons done it. When I ask some of those Prince Halls, I show them this flag right here, right? Which is one of our flags. We got several flags, but this is one of our flags. So I show them that flag, right? And this flag really ain't dealing with it's dealing with a nation, but it's really dealing with alchemy. This flag is really dealing with alchemy. It's really dealing with us being magicians. What they call magicians really was just alchemists. This is an alchemist flag, really, when you get down to it. You know what I'm saying? But when I ask certain Prince Halls about that flag, they can't even tell you. Or some just don't want to tell you because they made the oath. Some of them know about this flag when they get high enough up, but they can't talk about it, right? Because they made these barbaric contracts. And if you a Mason and you talk, they can really kill you. Why? Because you sign contracts with these people saying that if you violate their rules, that you guilty to the penalties. The penalties like slitting your throat. The penalties like ripping your heart out, your chest, or cutting yourself, cutting your guts out, your small intestines out. That don't sound barbaric. Or ripping your eyeballs out. Or ripping your eyeballs out. That don't sound barbaric. Or cutting your tongue out. That don't sound barbaric to you. Or cutting the top of your brain open and then letting it leak out on the beach. Does that don't sound barbaric to you, brother? We not barbarians. We not barbarians, right? We civilized people. We've been civilized for millions of years. We've been not thousands of years. We've been civilized for millions of years, nigga. We the first. We the last. We the best, right? And then we've been civilized for billions of years on other planets, right? We ain't new to this. They new to this. That's why they going fucking with the moon. They going down in the ocean. They got to go to the deepest part and see what's down there. And then when some big whale the size of two football fields, because he lived down in the center of the earth and he was coming up into the ocean in the middle of the earth, I mean, on the surface of the earth, and then all of a sudden you get a glimpse of him, and then he's swallowing your ship whole. You know what I'm saying? The whale swallowing your ship whole, because there's some big shit down there. I'm talking about that don't come up. You know what I'm saying? That's coming from the center of the earth, because the Argon Ocean and the center of the earth is connected with the surface water. Both all waters are connected on the planet, underground and above ground. Right? That's why you got on some people's land, they can go out there and drill in a certain area, and then they can get water out the ground if they dig deep enough. And you can have what you call a well. That's what we need to be headed to in this day and time, getting you some land with a well on it. So you'll have a water supplies. You know how much that's gonna be worth, having a well. Here you go, buddy. Go get your brother to bust it down for you. I got this phone in my hand. All right, let's do it right here. Hold on just a second, y'all. God, dog. You gotta open this banana for him, man. Look at Hakeem. Hakeem. Yeah, he shot now. He ducking the camera. Thank you, buddy. Hey, look, so yeah, we square business, man. So yeah, like I say, if you want to hit that, show me some love, hit that like, hit that subscribe. We're gonna be coming back and forth today with more classes. We're trying to hit you with 3 classes a day. That's how I knew he ducked the camera. Okay, he ducked the camera. Right on time, brother. But we had a party for Haru yesterday because his birthday's on the 1st, but we had to have it because they got to go. They finna start doing these programs next month. Next week. So we had to have this party on Saturday. So he turned 4 years old. Get up now. Hold on. Yeah. So you got the beings over here who are Prince Hall's, and then because one of my brothers, the 12th elder, said that when he was a part of the Nuwapian Grand Lodge, and he was a Nuwapian Master Mason, right? And when he got out, when he came, and he said, I want to see what the Prince Hall's talking about. See if they talking about the same stuff. So he joined the Prince Hall's, and they had a nerve to say that Nuwapian Mason was clandestine, and that the Prince of Hall's is the real masonry, and he need to be cleaned and washed. And they got to reprogram him and re-brainwash him in today's shit. And what we was doing was clandestine, right? As a Nuwapians. These niggas crazy, man. That show you that they blinded by their light. See, when you got a blindfold on and you come in a dark room, and then they got the lights on, and then or when you get up, just for example, when you get up in the morning, say you got to get up in the morning, right, and the sun is already out, so it's like 10 o'clock, sun's shining bright. When you come out of the dark and rush into the light, you can be blinded. It takes your eyes time to adjust to the light. So your eyes has to adjust to the light. It can take about a couple seconds to a couple minutes for your eyes to adjust. So when they come and they rip the blindfold off and show them 3 candles, they are blinded by the light. They tell you what they tell you what those 3 candles mean, but the stuff that they tell you really is not the original stuff, man. They don't know the original stuff. They only made it to second degrees. So if you're a Mason over here in America, you ain't nothing but a fellow craftsman. Don't come to me telling me you a 32nd if you don't know what we telling you right now. Don't come to me telling you a 33s. Don't come to me telling me you 4, 5, 6, 7, whatever, 9, or whether you use the odd or even. Don't come telling me what number you is over here because you ain't nothing but a fellow craftsman if you ain't got the real craft of Amun Ra. You ain't nothing but a fellow craftsman, brother. None of y'all are master masons over here. None of unless you went through the real teachings that we know in the ancient mystic order of Melchizedek. So you could come in with your top hat on. You could say you're a worshipful master of the state or the grand potentate. You could call yourself what you want, but we ain't gonna. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. I believe you're a second degree Freemason. You're a fellow craftsman. If you say you Prince of Halls, I know you a fellow craftsman. You say you John G. Jones. If you say you any one of these rights, Scottish rights, York rights, I know you ain't nothing but a fellow craftsman because everything after that is honorary studies. Yeah, we the sons of Tahuti. We the sons of Malachi on the scene to clean it up. We the messiahs here to clean it up. And we ain't here doing I ain't doing no saving. You gotta save your goddamn self. I'm just here to clean shit up. I'm gonna clean it up so you can see. And then once you can see, you can save yourself. Because you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. You can't make the horse drink, man. I can take you to the water, but you gotta drink your goddamn on self. Right? So it's a whole bunch of us beings here to clean shit up. And we just here to make you think, like Dane Calloway. You know what I'm saying? We're just here to make you think. So if you over here and you parading around with your signs and light, you call it your lights, right? You parading around with your lights, and if you saying that you a 32nd and all this, man, take that shit down. You a second degree fellow craft. That's what you are. Because if you can't tell me the real password, and I don't want to hear that shit that you made up off the top of your head, once you hit us in the head and put us in a tomb, right, and put 2 guards on it and call them shrines. Why would you put a guard on a tomb? Because you expecting for them niggas to get up. Expecting for they ain't dead, they mentally dead. See, when they got people get hit in the head, they lose amnesia. They lose the train of thought. So they don't remember who they are. But we know who we are now. It's been made clear at this time. Ain't no getting around it. We know who we are now. So that means that our memory coming back. That hit that we took, them 3 hits that we took in the head, they healed up now. And now we got our memory back now. And so now we need you, your Shriners, your gig is up. We don't need you, ain't no sense of guarding or tune no more, because we back up now. We woke. We walking around. And we saying, damn, ain't this my land? Damn, ain't this my land? Hey, we don't need you Shriners guarding no tunes no more. We don't need you looking, don't be looking for no child, the child to take him out no more. You're looking for the kid. You pay $2 million a day looking for the kid. And the kid right up under your nose. Right? It's one group, the Knights of Templar. And I ain't gonna lie, man. It sure be see, it's a group here that's down with us, and it's another group. It's 2 groups of Knights of Templar. It's one group that's down with us, the ancient mystic order of Melchizedek, and it's another, and they call the Knights of Michael, the Knights of Michael. And then you got another group called the Knights of Columbus, or the Knights of Templar. And they are alchemical assassins, but we got alchemical assassins too. Because you gotta wonder. It's a lot of people that came after me in the past, and then they just get taken out. Even my ex girlfriend, man, how she did me. She's no longer with us, and she died in a mysterious way. Like man, it was crazy. I ain't wish for her to die though. But the way she did me, man, it was bad. So yeah, and a lot of you people out here are protected by these beings. A lot of people that's on listening, that's supposed to do what we doing, teaching. We got our alchemical assassins as well, and they take people out. I'm telling you, man. So a couple other beings that can vouch for it on their own, in your own life. You can vouch for it. When somebody really mess you over or was intended on trying to take you out or cause you serious harm, them beings get taken out before they can get it done, before they can do what they were gonna do to you. You know? And that's a group of Knights of Templar that's with us called the Knights of Michael. And they can move in higher dimensions. Right? So we like we said, don't come to me and then you going to church and you saying amen at the end of your prayers. Don't come to me and then you squint on the Bible, which is dealing with amen. And you squint on the Quran, which is dealing with amen. Because the Quran, the beings say amen at the end of their prayers. So the Bible in the Quran is dealing with amen. Maybe that's the ancient Egyptian god that they hire, they want to keep hidden. And that's why amen means hidden. Amen means hidden. So it makes a lot of sense. See what I'm saying? Oh yeah, man. Like yeah, this that dropping Jews joint. See, this the back of it. I'm really wearing it because I got it set up to where it's reversed. So on one side is the crown, and on the other side is this jewel, which is representing the universe. It's representing a whole bunch of galaxies. This is a whole bunch of galaxies. It's to represent the universe, right? Because I'm gonna start watching. I'm gonna start watching. They're going hard in the background. Hey, look, I'm gonna start watching. So we here to tell you and keep you updated. We watching them stars. We putting the numbers together. It's a high level of mathematics going on here that's protecting the planet because the parasite's supposed to be removed, but we now at a point in a time where people are more aware of the parasite. So now they're thinking to get rid of the parasite. And that's why all this stuff, you're going to see more stuff happening, like where the bad people are getting attacked, where the bad energy on the planet is being attacked and removed. So hopefully they can get that, change the, because the future can be changed. With the future can be changed based on what you do now. Whatever you do now alters the future. So it don't have to be. One brother said, "Man, you putting out the story, the tape about the World War. You making people scared up, or you lean them towards that thought. It don't have to be a World War III. We could think it not to be. It don't have a lot of things we can alter based on what we do now. The time is now. That's the only time, really. But the future time is based on now and what happened in the past. Some beings have took it up on themselves to alter the past, to give us this hard time. Ashtar Command. Because if it weren't for Ashtar Command, the planet really we wouldn't be dealing with this thing. So is Ashtar Command part of the big plan too, as well? Because like I told you, we won. So was it their job to come here and put this adverse behavior against us and these people against us to give us a hard time? Because we told you that this place is a school. This is a school where we were sent here as galactical beings from different parts of the galaxy to learn, to be educated on what pain is, what different types of emotions, how people think. Are you learning here as you go through the grades? It's different grades here, all the way up to the 12th grade, the 9th grade, right? So you learning different subjects as you reincarnate time to time on this planet. Every time you reincarnate, you go to another grade. You're supposed to. But some people fail, and they have to do the same grade over and over again. So some people have been here longer than others. Some people have been in this school longer than others. And one of these schools is religion. One of them schools here is religion. And some people still in that grade. Religion is 3rd grade. So it's a lot of people that's flunked the 3rd grade a whole bunch of times, and they got to keep coming back and getting religion put onto them so they can still make it through that grade. They haven't learned that school yet. And so Baba, what makes Baba so special, my master teacher Malachi Z. York, is he took us through all these schools, religion, all the schools, right? Fast. He said we got a long journey, we got a short journey or a long journey on a short path. So he had to teach us, he had to take us through all the schools in one phase, in one life, a whole 25,000 years worth of information. And some in some parts, 76 trillion years worth of information. He'd take us through all those schools so that we could get to where we at now, so we could say that ain't our shit. We are more supreme than that. We created that. We created that information. These niggas took our information and they're gonna come sell it back to us and got us thinking that they reduced us back down to the 2nd grade. Some people in the 2nd grade, they got reduced. They was in the 3rd and they got reduced back down to the 2nd grade because they wasn't smart enough. So yeah, if you don't like the god Amen, stop saying it at the end of your prayers. If you don't like ancient Egyptians, stop using the god Amen, the ancient Egyptian god Amen. Where you get your 7 candlesticks from, because if you look at a picture of Amen with his animal zoo type on, they got the candlesticks over his head. And that ties in with masonry, having the 3 candlesticks. You want me to do it for you? All right, take it to there. Hey, Dallas, take it to there, Hakeem. He'll do it for you. I'm gonna get ready to get off. All right, so yeah. So don't use Amen at the end of your prayers, and it don't mean no damn "Thy will be done" or none of that. It means hidden. That's what it means. It means hidden one, the hidden one. My name is Haru Amun Reye, the hidden one. So I was hidden for a while. So I might take the Amen off, put Sabelsa on that because I was hidden for a while. That's why I didn't show my face. And for a long time, my master teacher told me don't show my face because they would probably try to get me then. But now that they busy, they too busy. They getting removed now. They worry about fighting their own people. They ain't really got time to come and jack around with me too much. You know what I'm saying? So I'm safer now. And they letting us get our stuff off so we wouldn't have what they're doing is they letting us speak right now because they don't want to say in the end they don't want to be able to for us to be able to hold them against that at Galactic Court. They're gonna say we gave Solander his time to speak and we let him say but if the people don't listen to him, so they don't want you to listen to me. That's why they holding my YouTube back. They holding my the algorithm down on my page. I got 17,000 subscribers almost, and I can't make over about 1,500 plays, 2,000 plays. And it got to be on there months before it even get 5,000 plays. And I got 17,000 subscribers. And other people that watch my page that ain't even subscribed. Hey, matter of fact, hit that subscribe button right now if you ain't subscribed. Hit the bell if you ain't hit the bell because we putting out shit every day, man. So they worried about us because they're saying how many people are gonna listen to this dude, or how many people are gonna say that he's crazy, or he ego tripping, or he's doing something. He's saying he this guy, and we know he the guy because they know I'm the guy, but they want you not to know I'm the guy. And I ain't just because I'm the guy don't mean you ain't the guy, right? I'm just one of the guys that's here to help you out. I'm here as your fellow servant. I'm not here for you to bow down and kiss my shoes. They can, though. They can be worked at. They say they 30 degrees, 33 degrees, and 32 degrees. They can kiss our shoes. You know what I'm saying? Because they know who we are. Like I say, they kissing our shoes because they know who we are. Your real savior is at the end of your own damn hand. Right? You're gonna say yourself, I can't save you. I only can tell you what I know. And you take that and you run with that and become your own God. I'm not here to be nobody's God. I want to teach you how to fish so you can catch your own fish. The way you gotta keep balling me. Cause I ain't finna fish for 100. I ain't fishing for 100,000 niggas or 144,000 niggas. That's a lot of I'll be fishing my ass off. If God had to fish for a whole 10, all his people, if he had 1 billion people and God had to fish for 1 billion people, he'd be fishing his ass off, right? For a long time. So I'd rather you teach you how to fish. You be your own man. You go fish for your own family. Because all the people that's listening, most of y'all are really the messiahs of your family. You're really the leaders of your own family. And you listening to me and you listen to other people and you take in the information, and you're supposed to go back and heal your family and guide your family. Because it's going to be a time that come up where that's going to come up, where they're going to listen to you. They're going to listen to you to get direction. So that's what's going down, man. We real travelers. We don't want that. If it weren't for us, they wouldn't have made it over here. The Moors, we messed up. We got to admit, the Moors got to admit their guilt. We brought the devil over here. We took the devil, matter of fact, we took the devil all around the world. The Moors took the devil all around the world under the guidelines of him being our slave to work because we were lazy, right? And we got lazy because we royalty. We anarchies. Got to keep in mind, the anarchies were digging for gold. They got lazy, said that it was too much. So we're going to create these other beings to work for us. Or we're going to create these slaves to work for us. Every time you do something negative like that in the universe, make people slaves and all this, the universe always make it backfire on. So that slavery thing backfired on the Anarchists. It backfired. And so and that slavery thing backfired on the Moors. That's why the Moors, that's why we're not really in power as Moors, because we took these people into slaves first. We took the first slaves were the white man, so-called Caucasians, the Slavics from the Caucasus Mountains. We gave him 2 degrees, hoping that he because he needed 2 degrees to learn the work, to learn how to get the stone prepared for us to lay it, because we were the real master masons laying the brick. So we showed him, so we built him up to a fellow craftsman. Now he over here got Nubians and other beings running around thinking they know some masonry, and they ain't nothing but fellow craftsmen. Oh, I'm 32nd degree. Oh, you ain't nothing but take the 3 off and leave the 2. You a 2nd degree. Oh, I'm a 33. Oh no, man, you ain't 30 degree. You 2nd degree. We never gave you over there. Tell me the password. I challenge any Mason that say he whatever he is. If he passed if he a 3rd degree Mason and higher, I challenge any one of them to come tell me the password for the 3rd degree. And it ain't the shit that you got. Got the handshake right, but the handshake ain't got nothing to do with it. It's part of it, but it don't got nothing. The handshake was what we taught them when they was coming to Timbuktu to try to come and get the higher education from us, because that was that's an old one of the older Grand Lodges, the one that Mansa Musa set up in Timbuktu. That's it's not the oldest Grand Lodge on the planet, but it's one of the oldest. It's older than all your Grand Lodges, right? And then the oldest Grand Lodge is the temple in Karnak, right? But and check this out, that Masonic, we said this on another tape, a lot of the lodges is based on Solomon's Temple, and Solomon's Temple is based on which I don't even believe they had no damn temple over in that area that was built like that wasn't a part of ancient Kemet, right? But most of the temples in ancient Kemet is laid out like Solomon's Temple thousands of years before Solomon's Temple. So everybody copying us, and they say they don't like us. Everybody copying us. This dude here. Everybody copying us, man. They don't like us. They hate us. They say we idol worshipers. So all them temples you got laid out was copied from some temple in ancient Kemet. So the god that gave David his idea must have been an ancient Egyptian god, Amen. That it makes sense now. Why you say Amen at the end of your prayer? It makes sense. So y'all really worshiping a hit, and then they tell you you can't see God. See, all that shit is coming back to being the hidden one. Amen being the hidden one. You can't see God and live. Why? Because he's hidden. Why you can't see God? Because he's hidden. Amen is the hidden one. That's this shit is simple, man. It's simple mathematics when you get a lot of information down to where you can see what's going down. Yeah, man, but we better agree to get out. We're gonna be back on at about another 2 and 3, maybe like what is it, 11 now? We'll be back on probably at 3 o'clock because we free today and we got to catch you up to speed. And then we're gonna be dropping, like we told you, from now on we're gonna be dropping stuff that's happening, like stuff that they say they're trying to distract us or entertainment. We're gonna be having those type of classes too. We're gonna cover everything. We're gonna cover both sides of the board, right? We're gonna cover both sides of the board, so that way we can have because we're looking at it from up top from a bird's eye view. So we seeing all the shit that's going on, and we're gonna make and connect all of it, right? Here I come, Haru. Here I come. We're gonna connect all of it and put it together for you so you can see what's going down. What's this, bro? Hold on, I'm gonna get it for you. All right, so hey, go get some drop. Go get them draws. Go get them draws. I'm gonna fix you up, okay? I'm waiting on this dude to come get this thing, man. So I gotta meet him outside. I'm gonna get y'all. I'm gonna get back on with y'all, man. Then we're gonna run it again. We just wanted to bring that to you. Don't use Agar Amen if you don't like them. If you don't like Egyptians, ancient Egyptians. Stop using the Jesus and all that, because that come from ancient Egyptians. Stop. Matter of fact, if you don't like ancient Egyptians, stop all your religion. Your religions all of them come from ancient Kemet. They're a construct of some kind of science that we taught in ancient Kemet, from Christianity, Islam, and Judaism. Right? And when I say ancient Kemet, I'm including Babylon and Sumeria. All that is connected with ancient Kemet before they did the new geographical maps and shit. Because at one point that land was connected before they put a split right there. That land was connected. So everybody get out of here, man. If you want to show some love, hit that like, hit that subscribe button. Hit that Cash App, man. If you want to show us some love, we're putting the Cash App in the links. It's Cash App me at The Young Illa. And the PayPal is at The Young Illa. So yeah. The Young Illa. This right here is the wrong one. Hold up. Let me put the right one. I'm about to get ready to get out of here, y'all. But we're gonna keep you busy. Go back and check out all the other tapes. We've been dropping 3 tapes a day. Go back and check out the other tapes. Go back and check out the other tapes, man. We dropped 3 tapes a day. We got hot topics. We got hot topics coming out back to back. So yeah, man, be on the lookout for those hot topics that we got coming out back to back. And we actually gonna go in, man. I'm gonna get more sophisticated on my tapes. Like I'm gonna have like the background screen. I'm gonna get more sophisticated with it so it'll be better. We're gonna be doing like slideshows, so we actually can show you what we're talking about while we teach. So we're gonna actually be doing slideshows. And we got the green, and we got the chalkboard, so we're gonna pull that joint out and start, write shit down, so you can see it like that too. So we're about to speed it up, man. So just stay tuned. Hit that like, hit that subscribe button if you're with us. Hit that bell, and sometimes that, like they say, they shadow banning your brother. Hold on, Haru. They shadow banning. Hold on, Haru. I'm gonna open it for you. They shadow banning your brother, so make sure you come back and check on the page every day for the new tapes that we put out. So we out. Divine love, Shug. Divine love.